I am embarking on a grand journey, playing every Pokemon game, exploring every region, filling out every Pokedex entry, and obtaining every badge. And where better a place to start than the beginning, with Generation 1. I'm Piney, and this is Piney's Kanto course. We begin the game as we begin the majority of Pokemon games, with Professor Oak waxing on about how this world is filled with Pokemon and blah blah blah. We then choose our names. Yes, names. I am playing through all 3 Generation 1 games at once. Red, Blue, and Yellow. We then get to choose the name of Oak's grandson, our rival. I am very mature, which is why I have opted to name him Poop, Butt, and Stinky. We properly begin our journey in Pallet Town. I opt not to explore and instead simply grab my free potion and make a beeline for the door without even talking to my mother. Once outside, I head towards the grass north of my house and get accosted by Professor Oak. Apparently, you need a Pokemon before heading into tall grass, and he's going to give me one. In Yellow, this encounter goes slightly differently. A Pikachu appears and Oak catches it. He then takes me to his lab, where our rival is waiting. It is here where we get to choose our first Pokemon. We get the choice between Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle. Bulbasaur is a great choice for the early game due to its grass typing, but in the late game it poses the risk of getting hit by a lot of super effective psychic attacks due to its secondary typing being poison. Charmander is a hard one to use in the early game due to the first 2 gyms being super effective against it, but it becomes quite powerful and useful in the late game. Squirtle also has considerable use in the early game, as well as being a total powerhouse in the late game. For these runs, I have opted to choose Squirtle in red, naming it Sam, and Charmander in blue, naming it Charlie. In yellow, right as we're about to grab our starter off a table, our stupid rival, who nobody likes, comes up and takes it from us. Oak lets him keep it, and instead opts to give us the Pikachu from earlier, who we name Penny. Pikachu is absolutely useless against the first gym leader, as all of its electric attacks do 0 damage to any of Brock's Pokemon, so we'll need a solution to that. Our rival soon challenges us to a battle, and who am I to turn down a solid fight? We proceed to kick his butt on all 3 fronts, with Sam, Charlie, and Penny all growing to level 6. The game which we will be focusing our Pokedex on is Yellow. That's simply because Yellow gets all 3 starters, and it's just easier to transfer or trade Pokemon to that than to try and get the diploma in either Red or Blue. With that explanation out of the way, let's begin our catching. On Route 1, I proceed to capture a Rattata in red and a Pidgey in blue, naming them Remy and Pepper respectively. Now, I don't catch anything here in yellow because there really isn't anything else to use. Travelling up to Route 22, I catch Norbert the Nidoran and Spork the Spearow, with those being the only team members red gains for the rest of the episode. I will also catch Neptune the Nidoran in the same place for blue. Bringing some focus into my yellow save for a second, I nab myself a Mankey on Route 22 and name it Mischief the Mankey, bananas galore. I then take the time to level every single one of my Pokemon to level 10. Why? Well, not only do I want to absolutely smash the second rival fight that's coming up, but I also want each and every member of all of my teams to be on par with each other. During this grinding session, Sam learns Bubble, a very useful move for the upcoming Brock fight. Norbert learns Horn Attack, another very useful move, which will be Norbert's primary attack until it gets some ground or poison type moves. Charlie learns Ember, which will be its only fire type move for quite a while. Penny learns Thunder Wave, which should later prove to be a great status setter. And Mischief learns Low Kick, which is what we're going to use to kick Brock's butt in yellow. After getting everybody to set level, it's time to take on our rival, who we make very quick work of. In red, he sends out a Pidgey, who is quickly defeated by Norbert the Nidoran's Horn Attack. He then sends out Bulbasaur, who is one-shotted by Spork and his Peck. In blue, Pepper deals with our rival's Pidgey until his Squirtle hits a little bit too hard. We then switch into Neptune the Nidoran to finish him off. In yellow, Penny the Pikachu makes short work of his Spearow, while Mischief the Mankey proceeds to ruin his Eevee with a decimating one-shot. It's then time to move upwards to Viridian Forest, where the bug-type Pokemon are as plentiful as Rattata literally anywhere else. Our two birds, Spork and Pepper, sweep through the hordes of Caterpie and Weedle like they ain't no thing. Penny the Pikachu also fares decently well here. No new team members found here for now, although later I will be using a Butterfree and I might nab myself a Beedrill later on. Making it up to Pewter City, it was time to take on Brock. Almost. You see, Blue needs a Pokemon with which to take on Brock, and that Pokemon is... Bo the Butterfree. After catching a Caterpie in Viridian Forest and grinding an insane amount, enough for Bo to evolve into Butterfree and then learn Confusion, we were ready to take on the first gym leader, the Rock-type enthusiast, Brock. Red's fight went about as expected. Sam the Squirtle ripped through Brock's team like it was nothing, taking barely any damage from his Geodude and sustaining no hits from his Onix. In Blue, Bo proceeded to destroy Brock's Geodude without taking a single hit. They then proceeded to do the same thing with Onix. Bo the Butterfree somehow came off better than Sam the Squirtle. There's a reason that Confusion is the only psychic move you can get at this point in the game. As for Yellow, Mischief the Mankey one-shots Brock's Geodude and... the footage corrupted. But we did put Brock's Onix out of his misery. And that's it! We won the battle on the first try. Here's a team recap. In red, we have Sam the Squirtle, Norbert the Nidoran, Remy the Rattata, and Spork the Spearow. In blue, we have Charlie the Charmander, Neptune the Nidoran, Pepper the Pidgey, and Bo the Butterfree. And in yellow, we only have two Pokemon, Penny the Pikachu and Mischief the Mankey. Next time, we're going to be traversing the chasms of Mount Moon, wiping out trainers on Nugget Bridge, and defeating the Water-type gym leader, Misty. I'll see you there.